Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video we are going to be demoing the Chantecaille Giraffe palette. This I was able to get my hands on a while back, but of course I've been really late filming all these videos I have on my desk. This is my first Chantecaille purchase and product I've tried. This is the beautiful box. And part of the proceeds go to, the giraffe. So the way that it works is they usually feature an animal, and then with every purchase that you make, they contribute a small portion of that to whatever foundation they're donating to in reference to the animal. Now, there's been some controversy about that because what they donate is like minimal, and if you wanted to donate you can do it yourself and donate more. We're not gonna get into that today. I'm just here to demo the palette, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. I decided to take the plunge and get this one because I love this color story. And the reason I liked this color story was because last year during the holidays, when you open the palette, you have the mirror up here, and then you have this like wax paper, and then you have the colors. So last year they came out for the holidays with this like pearl, compact and blush. And so I had picked up the eyeshadow and I loved that color. However, these compacts are not refillable, and once you run out of this, I guess you just use this as like a mirror, but it's a tiny mirror. I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna throw it away, it's beautiful, but just saying. So this was the color for last year in the holidays, and I wanted this color to be permanent, a permanent part of the collection. Let's go ahead and swatch it. Look at that, how beautiful. Well, it's not. The point is that it's not. And then when they came out with the giraffe collection, this color right here reminded me of this color, which we are going to do a comparison swatch of as soon as I put it back in the baggie, because this is a delicate, fragile compact that I cannot risk falling on the floor during this video because it was expensive. Okay, limited edition, and I'm sure this year they'll come out with it again because people lost their minds about it when it launched, but I don't know that they're gonna give us the same color. So okay, let's go ahead and do some swatches. So upon like rubbing my finger in them, there's definitely some different finishes in here. They are buttery soft, and I will say there's some colors in here that look a little different from the pan to application. So here are the finger swatches. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and swatch that sparkly purple shade right next to this shade I just swatched because I want to see how similar it is. So you can see that the one in the giraffe palette is much cooler in tone, but it does have that purple tone going to it, undertone. And then I'm gonna swipe the one that was next to giraffe. I may have picked up too much. Okay, so they're kind of in the same like family, I guess. All right, let me swatch the other ones. This is that first shade on the top left-hand corner, which is a light matte. Looks like your transition shade, and then you've got that white sparkly shade. So these shades are very buttery, they're very smooth as I'm like swiping my fingers over it. And like, to give you the perfect example, like this one, I picked up way too much, but if I kind of just smooth my finger over it, all of those like chunks of eyeshadow that I took off because I dug my finger way too savagely into the pan, completely smooth out. So like I said, that's the only eyeshadow I own from Chantecaille. So yeah, so this would be my second Chantecaille purchase, and I just honestly, I fell in love with the color story on this. I don't know why I did. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and just tell you really quick what I've got on my face. I have my Chanel CC cream in 30 beige. I have my Chanel corrector in peche, and I have that under my eyes because my green vein this morning woke up shining. Yep. Then I have my face set with my Bare Minerals translucent original mineral veil. I have my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow palette as bronzer and highlight. I have my Chanel 608 ombre blush on my cheeks, and I did put some of that on my nose. This is like on its last leg. This powder, this is a new formula. The powder completely crumbled. So I'm not happy about it. I'm really salty. Lesson learned. I will not be picking up any more Chanel blushes until they get that situation fixed. Okay, and then I primed my eyes with my Urban Decay Original Eyeshadow Primer Potion. All right, now that we've got that out of the way, and the reason I like to say it at the beginning of the video is because I don't know about you, but a lot of the times when I watch YouTube videos, I'm actually in the bathroom doing my makeup myself, and I'm mostly listening to it more than watching it. And I prefer to hear somebody tell me what they have on their face than having to go in the description box and read it for myself. I don't know, that's just me. Leave me a comment down below if you feel the same. By the way, I know I'm gonna get a ton of questions. For those of you who are new to my channel, this is my Ember mug. I use it a lot. It is revolutionary for me and my lifestyle, and Black Friday is coming up, so keep an eye out. These will definitely be going on sale. I have the 10-ounce mug in case you guys were wondering. I don't have, not the bigger mug, they have a 14-ounce one. That's not the one. So I will be using, as usual, my Sonia G Pro brushes. I'm still in testing mode, so. All right, so I'm gonna go in with, what is this one called? The Crease Pro brush. And I'm gonna go into that really light transition shade right here. Now this shade surprised me. It actually applies a lot lighter than what it looks like in the pan, and I think that that's what drew me in to this palette. Was not when I looked at this, like when I first saw this I was like, oh okay, another, you know, cool tone palette, yeah, okay, whatever. But then when I saw the swatches, I was like, oh, I like that. And so here we are. So I'm just applying that in the crease, and I'm using, again, the Crease Pro brush. Very lightly, just blending that in. And immediately when I dug my brush into the pan, you can just feel how soft the eyeshadows are. So you gotta be delicate and light-handed with this. You know, don't be a savage. I have, you know, I have the bad habit of having savage tendencies, which is ironic because I love makeup, and you can't be that savage with eyeshadow palettes, you know, but I am, and so here we are. All right, so I'm just kind of diffusing that into the crease. I'm going in with the Blender Pro. This is a bigger fluffy brush. It is clean, and I just want to further blend this out because I really want to diffuse this, as I'm going to be doing some layering with these shadows. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the Worker Pro. I'm gonna tell you right now, you know what thing that gets me about these Sunny G brushes? The names. The names are too similar, and I can't wrap my head around getting these names right. Anybody else feel the same way? Yeah, I zoomed you guys in because it was time. Okay, so I'm gonna go into this deeper brown shade on the bottom. It's directly on the bottom of that light brown shade. I'm gonna be using the Worker Pro, and I'm gonna lightly tap into that. And I'm gonna start patting this eyeshadow on the outer corner of the eye. Oh wow, that's beautiful. That is really pretty, and I want to take it across my eye. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I feel like this went from, you know, a simple day look to now we're getting spicy. We're getting real spicy. But look how beautiful that looks. I love that shade. So you can't see that those like purple shimmer. It has like this purple shift to this brown, deep brown color. Are you guys picking that up on the camera? So you can't see that in the pan until you apply it. And I think that that's exactly what I was talking about. When I saw these swatches, it kind of didn't look like what you saw in the pan, you know? That looks pretty. Okay. Now I'm gonna use the Builder Pro, and I'm gonna go into the sparkly purple shade. And I'm gonna apply that to center of the lid naturally. That looks really pretty. I just got a little bit more, and I'm just tapping it. That's really pretty. That's really pretty. Now I'm gonna take it a little bit in just because I want to see how this spreads out. I want to make that a little bit bigger. That looks really nice. Something about these like cool toned purple sparkly shades, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And I feel like this palette, although it's neutral, I feel like it's deep enough to use in the fall season. Anybody else? Anybody else feel that way? You guys, for a second there, I thought that I had been talking to myself for the past 15 minutes until I looked up at the camera and I realized, oh, okay, I'm filming. I was gonna be so pissed. There wasn't gonna be a video this weekend. There wasn't gonna be a video this weekend. Wow, that is really pretty. Okay, now there's a couple of things I can do with the white shade in the palette. I can either layer that on top of this purple shade, or I can use it as an inner corner highlight. So let's try it as an inner corner highlight first with my Pencil Pro, and I know that it's stained, but there isn't actually any color on it. I've been wiping these off. They're natural hair brushes, so you can't wash them as often, or you shouldn't wash them as often as you do your synthetic brushes, because of the natural hair. So I'm gonna concentrate that color just on this inner corner. I'm not gonna drag it down here, because I feel like there's so much sparkle happening here that I don't want to take away from that. So I'm just going to do this to both eyes. Actually, I need my Ricky magnifying mirror. There we go. So again, just concentrating in that really inner corner of the top lid only. That looks pretty. It creates kind of like a light shift without taking away from this color right here. So I'm just going to fuse that together with this Pencil Pro brush, just so that it all blends together. And then I'm gonna go back in with the Blender Pro, and I'm just going to diffuse the edges here. I don't know why I always do this. You guys see, like, I have like a flick. Really annoying, really annoying. Every time I put eyeshadow on this eye in the crease, I always do the same thing. And of course, now because I laid primer down, you know what? We're gonna put some foundation on there because your girl, like, literally just a smidge. This is how we fix mistakes. Aha, there we go. I don't know. I don't know why I do it every time too. It creates like you guys see that? Like, it creates like this little flick on the outside. It drives me crazy. Okay, I'm gonna go back into a little bit of that that light for this brown shade, because they don't have names. So this light brown shade. And I'm just going to tap it right here because I applied some foundation to try to remedy the situation. Okay, now I'm going to go into the highlighter in my Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow palette. And I have been really enjoying using this highlighting shade as a brow bone highlight. So if you have a lot of highlighters, more than you know what to do with your collection, you can actually use them and incorporate them into whatever current like makeup palette that you're using, and use them as either a base shade where it kind of like that's the first color you use on the lid, or you can use them to highlight for your brow bone. And that way you get use out of it, because I feel like when you have a palette like this where it has like a bronzer and a highlight, you always tend to run out of the bronzer way before you run out of the highlight shade. So it's like a good way to keep a healthy balance. Oh my gosh, that looks much better. That looks much better. Okay, let me go ahead and apply some mascara and eyeliner, and I'll be right back. So I did go ahead and apply some of my Chanel liquid eyeliner. This one is in color 522, which is like a metallic bronze, which I thought was gonna go absolutely perfect with this look. And then I applied some Chanel eyeliner in black. It's called Blank Graphique number 949. This is like a white eyeliner. I applied that to the bottom waterline. I applied some Benefit Gimme Brow to my brows. I am shade number 4. And I applied some Tarte Light Camera Lashes mascara. This is such a fun mascara. I got it for free from Ulta for my birthday a couple years back, and it was time for me to pull this sucker out before it goes bad. So I've just been using this guy. Not really my favorite mascara. It doesn't really do a very good job at separating the lashes, so there's a little bit of clumping, as you can see. And I did apply some of my Chanel La Base lash primer before I applied the mascara. Now let's talk about lips. So I only picked up one of the lip colors in this collection, and I picked up Freesia. Again, very pretty packaging. And the packaging of this actually matches the color of the lipstick. So people rave about these, like, I think they're called lip cheeks. Yeah. These lip cheeks. This packaging for this particular line was absolutely stunning. I loved everything about it. It is a magnetic closure, in case you guys were wondering. And so let's go ahead and apply this lip color. Actually, let me swatch it on the back of my hand. So it's very creamy, not very opaque, but it does have a very pinky purple undertone. The formula is much more dense than a Chanel Cocoa Flash. It's less oily than that formula. It's the best way that I can describe it. It has like a sweet smell to it, very faint. Unless you bring your nose directly up to it, you can't really smell it. And you can't taste it actually, which is important. Sometimes when lipsticks are scented, you can taste them. I can't taste this. I think this color is very, very, very appropriate for this color story in this palette. I just think they pair very well together. And Chantecaille is a brand that, much like Chanel, it's geared towards a very light makeup application, you know, very wearable, very minimal. So, you know, this is not gonna be like your Pat McGrath and Tasha Denona, you know what I mean? So I really like it. I will say my only gripe with this is that you get such little product for how expensive it is. And so, like I said, I don't purchase a lot from Chantecaille because, not because I don't like their products. Like, I have like that compact, I mean, it's beautiful, and I'll make a couple of exceptions here and there, but it's definitely out of my personal budget. So when I saw this, I knew I had to have it. I did think about it for a while before I picked it up. It wasn't like, oh, I need to have it, I'm gonna buy it now. No, no, I had to think about it. I had to see some live swatches in natural light before I took the plunge. And I did end up getting it on sale because Bloomingdale's was actually having a beauty event where it was, I had a $25 gift card and it was like 15% off or something like that, or 20, I don't know. But I didn't pay full price for it, which was even better for me. All right, you guys, let me give you one more close-up of the eyeshadow. I don't know, I really like it. I love that shimmer. It has like a je ne sais quoi kind of vibe to it, where you're not sure, is it purple? Is it silver? Is it burgundy? Is it brown? Is it white? You don't know. You don't know. And I think that that's what makes this palette so special. All right, that completes this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.